I mean, like, we're not even pushing. Wow. Now, is the field going to catch us? Do I need to give him a couple love taps? No.
Welcome to Horse Racing Gamer, where champions are made.
YouTube, what's going on? It is Horse Racing Gamer. Welcome back to Gallop Racer 2023, aka Gallop Racer 2004. We're kicking off today's card with 4 races, 2 opens, a grade 2, and a grade 1. The last 2 episodes were actually good, outside of like the stinkers I had in the grade 1s, which were really embarrassing, honestly. But I have to be better, and I don't really have any excuses. Like, it's nothing to like, no pun intended, but I guess pun intended, beat a horse about, like that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, mistakes happen. Like, if you're winning every one of your races and all of your Gallop Racer games, I just don't even see how that's fun. I don't. You know, it's not an excuse for losing. It's like saying, like, you're not going to win all the time. So when you lose, you know, take it like, hey, I will get better the next time. Or I will, try to, obviously, make up for my mistake. In my case, in the last episode, it just kind of compiled from one mistake to another. And I barely won, I think, one of the grade 1s with East Side Band. So, yeah, not happening today. I don't know what I need to do differently outside of obviously making sure I'm timing my spurts correctly. And I'm not whipping my horses to make them go crazy like I did with Rapid Blade in that dirt GWS. That one still cheeses me so bad. She was doing so well, and I just didn't even need to give her a tap on the whip. So I'm going to be I'm going to try my best to be more patient and just kind of more considerate of the situation. And it's like, okay, maybe I don't need to do this. We are kicking off today, though, with a 7 furlong sprint, essentially, in an open with Rocky Hurricane, post position 1 with the favoritism as well. Let's check out Rocky Hurricane. There he is. Still virtually know nothing about him. His stats don't look great, I got to be honest with you. So the only thing I think that could save him for potential breeding would be if his speed, stamina, and heart ratings were respectable. Now, he is still growing, so he won't hit his peak until next year, but those stats have to be higher. If they're in the mid-70s, I don't think I'm going to use this guy for breeding, and that's really disappointing. Buy Golden Boy out of Free Fear. I think I'm slowly getting things together with him. In my spreadsheet, I have like all the horses' ages like a year older or a year younger. I just think I didn't update them, but that'll take time. I'll do that off screen. Yeah, Rocky Hurricane, no, I have nothing for him as far as grade 2s, grade 3s, or grade 1s. So I guess it's just open wins, but nonetheless, a win should be a win. Let's go ahead and try to get it today to kick off. Hopefully you all are doing well. Thank you for the comments, the positive support on all the videos on the channel, all the series. And I appreciate everybody who's joined the Discord as of lately as well. Don't think you've gone unnoticed. I've just been busy. I don't really have time to talk in there as much as I used to. I'm busy every single day of my life right now. But I have things I'm working on, so it's just kind of what needs to happen. But I'll be making time soon. That's why I'm staying busy. Get myself some free time, hopefully coming up in the next couple of weeks. So yeah, I haven't really even been watching horse racing too. I haven't been watching much of anything. Sports, okay, certain sports. Football, American football, that's still one of my favorite. Sports with horse racing, with motorsports. I've been watching that pretty intensely, but outside of that, I haven't really been watching sports, so. Now, I don't know if I sent this guy a little too soon. I feel like I did, but we'll see. We do have last corner leader, though. This could work out for us. I mean, like, we're not even pushing. Wow. Now, is the field going to catch us? Do I need to give him a couple love taps? No. Rocky Hurricane clears his field, and I didn't even have to use the whip once. I think I said that in a comment. I forgot, Astrophysicist, I don't know if I was replying, or Guitar, I don't know if I was replying to you or Staying Alive, one of you two. We were talking about it with one of our horses, and I mentioned in my reply that I'm really looking forward to the point where I don't have to use the whip on my horses. Because I still believe Flightlines prove you can win races without using the whip. Believe it or not, had somebody argue with me on this channel about the whip is absolutely necessary. The horses cannot succeed without it. I'm like, that's about the biggest pot of lies I've heard in my life. The biggest bowl, the biggest you know what, whatever you want to say. We clear that by 7 lengths with no whip. I mean, I was kind of worried that maybe he was going to hit like that stamina wall where like maybe you got them going too fast and then they just absolutely drop out. He was cruising. Could Rock You Hurricane have better stamina than I realized, or is that just a matter of him dominating in an open as he should be doing? Probably a combination of both, or maybe just the latter. Either way, guys, it's a win to kick off today. A 7-length winner. Wow. Yeah, I mean, for him to win that easily, that's double S on the spurt. For a second, I thought I timed it wrong, and no, I nailed it. And Rock Your Hurricane literally did the rest. That is a big-time win to open up today, and hopefully that will reveal some more of his stats, because if I can do that with him at that type of distance, then the breeding situation, the breeding question comes back into play, I think, a little bit more seriously. We'll have to wait and see, but that's a great win and a great way to kick off today. We're moving on to another open. It's 9 furlongs on the dirt with Revenge. Same class here, both of these colts. We're the second favorite here today with Revenge behind the 7-horse Regal Cancer, who has favoritism over us. Let's go ahead and check Regal Cancer before I show you guys Revenge. Regal Cancer, 75 speed, 53 stamina, 79 power. I mean, not a terrible horse considering the field. It makes sense why he's the favorite. Good power rating, good speed figure. Not good stamina, though. So 9 furlongs might be a stretch. A 53? I don't think I'd put a horse this long. Like, I wouldn't put a horse at this distance with 53 stamina. Me personally. I'm not saying you can't win, but I just think that's really pressing your luck. Revenge has 68. We have a whole 9 points, and I've been making it very clear that having 4, 5, even 6 extra points in a certain category can give you the edge and sometimes can be the difference between winning and losing. It really can in this game. We pretty much have the same speed figures. I don't know what his power rating is yet. It should be high. Gentle House and Butterfly Effect both had at least S or double S power, something like that. And I'm running on the dirt because I feel like I was just not quite getting the maximum that I wanted with him on the turf, but he's won a grade 1 at a mile, and he also has a grade 3. So the turf is obviously his preferred surface, but if we could also get some flexibility with him on the dirt, that would be fantastic. So let's go try to steal this win away from Regal Cancer here today. See how it goes. So I was going to ask you guys, feel free to leave in the comment section or the Discord below if there's anything you'd like to see me add to this series, to any of the other series on the channel. I always like to ask for feedback. You guys know that. So if there's anything in any way, just go ahead and pitch it to me. It doesn't mean I'll always do it if I'm unable to, but I will obviously try my best to accommodate it if I think it can actually work. So yeah, just putting that out there. Just in case you guys had any ideas you wanted to run by me or you want to maybe see come to fruition on the channel, don't be a stranger. I say hi and I talk to everybody. I'm just a guy uploading videos, you know, so don't be a stranger. But with Revenge here, I'm hoping he can be the product of his parents. Butterfly Effect and Gentle House were 2 really elite horses. So Revenge, he has a really big shoes to fill. And I don't know. I can't pass judgment. He has an early growth type, so he's pretty much at his peak now, or he's very close to it. So it's not to say we can't race him for several years, but like as far as his window is now. So like I have to get him in that groove and figure it out. 2 7s is a good start though. Now, can I do this in the grade 1s today? That would be nice. We actually do have 2 grade 1s today, so here we go. All right. Not going to put him under the whip yet. No Revo, but we do get last corner leader. That should be enough. Regal Cancer's way back there. Regal Cancer is going to make a push, though. Okay, Revenge. Now, I think that's a good power rating. He did not lose any momentum coming up the hill. Still plenty of stamina. That's a strong win on the dirt. And as I suspected, I feel like I struggle a bit with him on turf. Granted, we've won on turf, but That felt a little bit more comfortable for me on the dirt. Again, I think the dirt's a little bit easier of a surface to run in this game compared to the turf. That's a great win. I think it's his first win on the dirt. So the stablemates are 2 for 2 here today. That's what I want to see. Revenge, getting himself another win to add to his tally. So, I mean, he's doing well. I think I was really traumatized by that first race with him where I completely dropped it. And I'm just like, oh, no, is he going to be like a dud? And he's actually completely, ironed out in straight lines since. So, yeah, another good race. 2 dubs. We'll take it. We will take it. So that's what I want to see from the guys, man. I want to see them show that, hey, they should be up for potential breeding, capabilities in the future. Obviously, they're both 3 years old, so we still have quite a ways until then. Granted, one of them I may retire early, but for now, I think they're both showing that they at least deserve to still be in the conversation, and I think that's important. A grade 2 with 7-year-old mare, Major River. She is the oldest mare in this race, but not the oldest horse, because the oldest horse in this race is the number 9 horse, Hot Legend. 8-year-old stud here, 8-year-old stallion, who's a long shot, has no chance, but kudos to even being here. Major River, not better. She's expected to finish dead last. Why did I put her on the turf? Is this because I think this is going to be her last race and I wasn't anticipating on running her in this race? But the great thing is, whether she comes in last place or not, she'll hit her goal. So there's no pressure. I can just try to beat a couple of horses today. And I think we should be able to. Her stats are still decent for a 7-year-old. You see her growth type. She doesn't have a major drop-off because she peaked really late. So I'm not saying we won't come in last, but I wouldn't be surprised if we were able to beat just a couple of horses. I'm not at all saying a win is on the table, but if it did happen, just be more of a testament that Major Rivers is really an amazing horse. Major River, not Major Rivers. I guess you could just name a horse Major Rivers in this game if you really wanted to, but yeah, I'm curious how this will go. Like, when I think of her, I don't think of dirt, even though I know that's what she is. I kind of wish she had that flexibility to run both. I think she'd be a really fun horse on the turf. But, Tecmo said, no, buddy, she's a dirt horse only. Pretty sure she's based on a real horse, isn't she? But I don't remember who. I have a document or something with all the names. I don't know where it's at. I'll have to look for it. We're on the rough right now. I don't really like this. I want to get off, but I don't. Do I stay here? Do I hope the rail frees up? I want to give her the best chance of winning. I'll just stay here, honestly. I'm gonna switch hands here. I mean, she's coasting along. I think I've said it all the time. Every time I've raced her, she's super easy to work with. She never gives me any problems. She's so much stronger in this game than 03. I know I've said that a couple of times, but just like every time I race with her, I'm just reminded, like, why does the AI in 2003 think she's going to win races? She doesn't beat me in that game ever. I think she's much stronger in this game. Oh, I can feel she's trying her heart out. She really is. Man, if this was the dirt, she really could have ran off. But you know what? She's making a good run here. She's making a good run up this hill. Didn't want to get her on the rough, but just wanted to try to give her some space. As I suspected, she's not going to finish in last. She'll just beat 2 horses. But man, if she was a turf horse, that really could have been something special. And granted, at a grade 2 level, that's going to be a tough race to win. Maybe at the open competition allowance level, she would actually have a chance to place at least in the top 5. But goal is a goal. I still think I'm waiting to retire her over somebody. Did I put this in my notes? I think I did. Hold on. Sorry for that. I don't know what that sound was. You guys know I make random sounds. Gosh, LA Derby already with Extreme Kick. First grade 1 of the day. You know what? To be honest, I think the thing with me in grade 1s is the longer into an episode it takes me to get to one, I think that's when I'm a little bit kind of ash towards them, which may not make sense, but I would rather have a couple of grade 1s like immediately to kind of get my feet wet. That way I know what I can kind of get locked in. If I'm just racing in open allowances and grade 3s for most of the episode, and then I get pinged with a really tough grade 1, that's a major jump. It's kind of like going into a a race or a competition without warming up properly. Like, I need proper warm up. I kind of want to get the grade 1 warm ups in. So we're here at the LA Derby on the dirt. Extreme Kick, second favorite behind post position 6 here with Brave Mercury, who's the favorite. That's a good horse. Pretty tough field, to be honest. Only 3 horses don't really have a chance. Anybody can win in the top 7, essentially. So here's our girl, Extreme Kick, 3-year-old filly. Closer, Stretch Burst, tough, close race, okay. Biformal Opera out of Toxic Blonde. Safe to say, she will definitely be a horse we will use for breeding in the future, and I'm super excited for that. She has a grade 1 at 8.5 furlongs on the dirt already. No grade 2s, no grade 3s. So trying to make this 2 grade 1s for her. Her stats, don't really know much. The game's not even telling me her distance. And again, I think I don't know why. Actually, I was going to come up with something. Like, it has to do with Formal Opera. Every horse I get from Formal Opera, either it automatically tells me like their leg type and their distance after like a couple of races, or it stays like this where the leg type just has question marks or the distance has question marks. Because Formal Opera is so flexible. He can run on turf, he can run on dirt, and he can run virtually anywhere from last place to first in this game. I'm not saying that's, you know what I mean? That's just how Tecmo designed him. So I feel like they didn't think about the breeding aspects of that horse and how that could sometimes confuse the lines, and now they're like, oh, we don't know the distance. Like, Toxic Blonde was a sprinting dirt horse, so she's got to be able to run, I would think, a mile, and then Formal Opera could run anything up to 12 furlongs and a little bit longer, but usually 12. She should be like a 7 to 12, 8 to 12 type of horse, and the game's like, we have no idea. Like, come on. Brave Mercury's fast. 86, that's not bad. I have no idea what her speed is. I think Extreme Kick is definitely fast. 39 power, but I guess he doesn't need it on the dirt today. 26 heart, though. That's actually good to see. That means if we get into a head-to-head, we could hopefully beat that horse. We have 78 heart. So if we get into a head-to-head, our girl is going to beat him out in that case. He'll be... Gosh, we're really similar for our light types as well. They're not telling me anything about her stats. Like, it's infuriating. It really is. It is infuriating. Where did I finish in that race with Major Ritter? 12th, right? What did I say I was looking for? Breeding, right? I think I was trying to remember, like... I thought I wrote it down as far as... I mean, I know who I'm going to retire for the Broodmares, but sometimes I just like to double check just to be sure. Apparently I did not write it down, so... Oh, well. Here we go. LA Derby with Extreme Kick, 9 furlongs. And we're off and racing to the Grade 1 LA Derby. It's a good start for Extreme Kick. Brave Mercury is going to be right there with us to the inside here. And I'm just going to see kind of what she wants to do, and I'll let her kind of lead us there. I don't really have to control her too hard one way or another. She can run virtually anywhere from first to second to last. As long as she's not in last place, she'll be okay. So if she wants to run at the front, I'm okay with running her at the front. Now, this is probably not ideally where she should be, but like I need to figure some things out. I talk about it all the time. I'm for experimenting with your horses. Yeah, you may not get the exact result. Sometimes I'm willing to take that if it means I'll learn more about my horse that still has question marks. Call me crazy, like that's fine. This is what works for me. This is what works for me. The game says she should be basically mid-pack, second to last. It also says she can run behind the leader or she can run in first. Not a lot. You see those triangles are barely shaded, but it's there. It shows that she's capable of it. She's max stam. She's running cool right now. I mean, like, I don't really see like why this should be a major problem. I got to get her going here. She's got a good heart rating. Let's see if she can play catch up. Now she's right here in the mix. Brave Mercury is there at the front. Can we go catch that horse? Down the stretch we come, furlong and a half. Brave Mercury, 86 speed. That's going to be tough to catch. Extreme Kick. She's really trying. She's digging in. Are we going to get anything? Oh, man. Brave Mercury absolutely smokes us. And hats off. I definitely got going a little bit too late there. But you know what? That's a good thing. We're supposed to finish second anyways. I'm going to hit our goal. And I realize I can run her at the front if I need to. That's a good sign. I need to know that for sure. Sometimes you'll have a horse that, you know, will have that leg type say they can run towards the front, and you run them towards the front and they're like not as good as they are towards the back and vice versa. That's important to figure out. I don't think that should be like underestimated or overlooked in this game. You know, especially if you have a horse with a flexible leg type. Like, try them out in a couple of different positions. You might be surprised at what you personally like the best. It's just another quick tip. Yeah, 3.5 lanes. The 86 speed is hard to catch. Gosh, that tells me she's probably not faster than him. So, oh darn, that's okay. Double S on the spurt. They said I did everything. I got started a little bit late. She had plenty of stamina. Had I got her going a little bit sooner, that would have been a neck and neck race. But hats off, Brave Mercury. Did what he needed to do and secured that LA Derby. But a second place finish for the 3-year-old filly, Extreme Kick, still not bad. So outside of Major River, who was supposed to finish in last, we did everything we were supposed to do. And we still ended up beating 2 horses with Major River, who's not even a turf horse. So technically a good way to open up here today. No bad results, no failures. So that's okay. All right. Ooh, new product has been added to the catalog. Oh gosh. Yeah, I really do appreciate if you guys watch me, because sometimes I'm a complete goofball, but I wouldn't be any other way. I'm just being myself. So, is this it? Win the Christmas stakes consecutively, then buy what? Hold on. I want to see like what it actually says. I hate that like it cuts off like that. Oh, this is new. Get my 20 horses into 20. Do you guys remember when I was like stressing trying to even get one of our originals into the Hall of Fame for the first time, who ended up being Chasing Hearts? The fact that now we're at the point where we have 20, it's like, wow, we're actually here. Heck yeah, buy it. I have $10 million. I'm like rich in this game. Kinda. Relatively wealthy, right? There it is. Let's go. Just a couple of statues and then our fans standing outside the palace or whatever, I suppose. Let's go, baby. All right. What was I going to check? Yeah, is there anything we haven't purchased yet? No, I need to win the Christmas stakes. I feel like we have almost everything, do we not? Either way, that's awesome. I need to go to the pasture because I need to double check. I forgot who I was going to replace Major River with. Let's see. Ages. Frugal Lark is 8. Galaxy Star is 10. Bay City 6. Crazy Hunter 7. Miss Vaporwave 7. Summer Sky is 8, Cleopatra is 10, and Soy Conquistador is 7. I think Cleopatra, right? I have a few horses from her. Gosh, she's so good though. It's such, but I mean, this is the game. Whether we replace them or whether the game decides to take them away from us, which is still so stupid. From the age thing, she wasn't gonna stay back here forever. So yeah, I think I'll replace. Yeah, Major River, though, she's already 7. So Abigail, me and you were having this conversation. I know you mentioned Galaxy Star. Galaxy Star is 10. Gosh, she's 10 already? Yeah, I forgot. Her and Cleopatra are the same age. So they technically both need to go. I think that's what I said. But I don't think we haven't. I don't recall. I am talking in circles. Let's see how many horses we have from the both of them. So we have one from Cleopatra. And I think we have one from Cleopatra as well that's going to be hitting the track this year. I'll have to double check. But at least 1, 2. So Cleopatra's fine. Galaxy Star, we have this. So I think, Abigail, you were saying we should at least do 1 breeding with Galaxy Star this year since she's the oldest. You know what? I actually do agree with you. So I'll do that. But before we do that, I'm going to go check to see how many other horses we have from Cleopatra if we do. Ozawa, who do you have? Oh yeah, we have Galaxy Star here. Falling Stars. Okay, so she at least has 2. Cleopatra has 3. Galaxy Star has 2. So 1 more with Galaxy Star is probably what we need to do. Yeah, 3 to 4 is like our limit now, I think, with brood mares, just because we don't want to run into that inbreeding issue again, so we have to be a little bit more selective. Yeah, so I think 3 for Cleopatra, only 2 for Galaxy Star, if I'm not mistaken. Yep. which is fine. Like I said, we'll do one with Galaxy Star again this year anyways. Okay, yep. So Cleopatra definitely can be replaced. So we'll go ahead and retire Major River now. She wasn't a GWS horse. I think I said once I got her, I wasn't trying to put her into the Hall of Fame. Like, she's a good horse. We don't need to put her in the Hall of Fame to prove she's a good horse. Anybody that plays this game knows she's a pretty solid broodmare. You know what I mean? Pretty solid double S horse. So to me, it goes without saying, like, you don't need to put her in there. Man, but to think, like, earlier this year, she won the Kyoto. Like, should I still try to just win with her on the dirt? I did say I was going to do that, didn't I? Yeah. I mean, retiring her at 8 is a bit of a stretch, but, like, she is a late growth type. That's the thing. Like, if you have late growth type horses in this game, you have to accept that if they're a broodmare and you retire them, they're going to be old, you know, or older. Like, that's... To me, it's something you have to live with. I don't think that's like a death sentence to breeding, you know? Can it be harder? Yes, that's a given. I mean, I've had mares not conceive at 6 years old. So, like, the whole narrative, like, it only happens if they're, like, really old is actually false. I forgot who it was, but a mare of mine's two of them didn't conceive at 6. It was a while ago, probably, like, over 2 in real life years ago. It was really annoying. I can't remember who, but, yeah, they did not conceive, and they were only 6, so... To me, like, it's RNG. There's always a chance it may not work, no matter how old or how young they are. So, like, we can't live in fear when it comes to breeding. I'm not. I kind of still want to race her on the dirt. She's really fun to work with. And I think I did say I was going to continue to race her. Like, look, she just ran. Like, she'll be ready to run again in a month. And then the Grade 2 Nagano, which is one of my favorite races. It's a little bit shorter of a race for her, but... I mean, like, why not? Or should I actually try Grade 1 if there's one available, but I'm not seeing anything yet. Like, she's still really fun to work with. I don't want to retire her yet. Like, there's no reason. I'm not going to breed with her this year. We'll try next year, or the year after that. She'll be 9, oh no, she'll be 8 next year if we try it, and after that she'll be 9. We've had broodmares conceive older than 9 and 10 and 11, and like, it's happened. I'm not going to live in my fears. I'm just saying that. I'm not living in my fears when it comes to breeding. If it's meant to work, it's going to work. I'm not going to stress it. So, I'm going to run her in the Grade 2 Nagano. Put her back on the dirt. Because, again, she's a really fun horse to work with. And she's still good. 91 toughness, 85 heart, 74 speed. Like, you can still win races with a horse with those stats. Like, why? Like, I've raced her 28 times. She has 15 wins, 4 Grade 1s. I don't even think she didn't even have a title. Definitely still need to get her a dirt title at least. So, that's what we're doing for Major River. Now, before we go to breeding, which we will do, I need to schedule everybody for races before I end up forgetting, because I feel like I always do. So, Rocky Hurricane. All right. They revealed that his speed is 74. So, at his max, he'll probably hit 80, if that. His power rating, again, 42. That stinks. That's actually awful. He's a turf horse with 42... I think, is it Free Fear or Golden Boy? No, Free Fear with the bad power rating? Yeah, five lifetime starts, 2 wins. Only at the open class level. Man, Golden Boy was really such a flop as a sire, to be honest. So Rocky Hurricane looks like he's only going to be a B or A ranked horse at the highest. So I'll continue to race with him in opens for now. Try to build more confidence with him. I'm going to race him 10 furlongs. I need to figure out what his stamina is. Top 2 go to the Golden Derby. I mean, if he wins that race, then sure. I think we can try him in the Golden Derby. That seems like a nightmare, to be honest. But you know what? He could surprise us. All right, Revenge. What do they reveal about you? 10 to 15. Was that always confirmed? I can't remember. What's that? His heart and power. So 76 speed. Yeah, stamina is what I didn't know about. Now he's 68. How do you get 68 from Gentle House and Butterfly Effect? Is it just me, or like the horses that have come from Butterfly Effect, none of them have inherited even close to her stamina? Like, it's kind of frustrating. Even when I've used good sires with her, like they're just not inheriting that stamina at all. It's really weird. Like, not statistically, but in the race, it feels like they have it. It's so confusing. He has comeback, which is good. Revenge, he may be only a ranked or B ranked horse when it's all said and done. 5 lifetime starts, 3 wins, a place, and a grade 1. So he's doing much better than Rocky Hurricane. So there is grade 1 potential with him. I wonder what that power rating is. Yeah, I wonder what that is. But the fact that I can run him on turf and dirt, that's fantastic. So he's at his peak. I think I have to kind of, I was going to say try to toss him into a grade 1 here. Treasure Stakes, Paris. Let's see what his power rating is like. We'll run him in that in May. So next month. Like I said, I got to figure out what these horses are about. You guys know I do this with my 2- and 3-year-olds. Like, I put them in pretty tough races, especially if they have an early or normal growth type, because I need to know if they're going to be a horse we can rely on for several years, or whether or not I need to temper my expectations of put them in more easier races that make sense for their situation. You know what I mean? Now, Extreme Kick. I think she should be an S-ranked horse when it's all said and done. They're still not telling me the speed, stamina, and power. The temper, the response, the feel. Ew. She gets those bad ratings from her mother, Toxic Blonde. I really hope her speed, stamina, and power are like close to 80 or above. If any of those are in the 60s, I'm going to be really disappointed. Anyways, 5 lifetime starts, 2 wins, 2 places, 1 grade 1. Don't know her turf rating yet. Have I ran her on the turf at all? Should we give it a shot? She has formal opera in her pedigree, so she can run it. Like that. That's a given. Lee's gold as well. Wasn't she a turf horse? She can definitely run both. Dirt is her preference, obviously, but I think we need to figure out what she can do on the turf. So, yeah, I haven't ran her on turf at all. So, like, let's actually give that a shot here. I don't know her distance. Probably should be running her a little bit shorter just to be safe. 6 furlong sprint in an open in June. It's a little bit long. Let's get her in a race a little bit sooner. 9 furlongs. I want to run her like at a mile. Is that too? Is this not a smart idea to put her in the Young Mile Cup? It's a mile on the turf. I don't know what she's capable of on the turf. You know what? No, I'm not going to do it. It's probably a better horse I need to put in that race. You know, we can run her in the Alioc Stakes. It's an open race running at 7. Let's put her in that on the turf, and let's see how she handles it next month. So a lot of good racing in May. And then last but not least, did I put everybody in a race that quick? Extreme Kick's good. Rocky Hurricane's good in that open. Revenge is good in the grade 1 Treasure Stakes. And Major River, I'm going to have in a grade 2 Nagano, if I'm not mistaken. Yep. All right. So there, everybody's ready to go. All right. Let's get to breeding before we get to the last 4 races of this episode. I'm going to try to get through these pretty quickly. I don't want these episodes all to be an hour. It does take a little bit of time. I'm trying to keep them between 40 and like 40 minutes and 60. All right. Galaxy Star. We did Kinky Light. Right? That's one of the foals that was just born this year, I think. Let's double check. Stars Align, yep. No, Secret Ending. Did I not breed her with Kinky Light? Who am I thinking of? Bay City? Ah, Bay City. Okay. I think I said I was going to do Galaxy Star and Kinky Light. Let's go ahead and check if they're compatible. So let's look at Kinky Light first, because I forgot what his stats are. Is there anybody back here I need to use that I haven't used yet? No. Kinky Light. I mean, I don't see anything wrong with using Kinky Light. Temper is C, toughness is C, everything else is A and above, so I suspect we would get a good horse if we use those two. Now let's check Galaxy Star just to make sure that doesn't conflict with what she's got going on. This will be her last breeding for us. Her toughness is C, so she matches Kinky Light on toughness, and her temper is B. Yeah, I think we should breed these two. Let's give it a shot. I mean, what do I have to lose? Like, there's no... breeding is not guaranteed. sometimes like I see the conversations, you know, we have, and I think sometimes we shouldn't speak in like absolutes. Smogger, I think you just said it in the Discord just recently about like nothing is guaranteed, and like yes, like let's remind people nothing is guaranteed in this game, no matter how scientific, no matter how analytical, no matter how technical you think you are at playing this game and understanding the breeding mechanics. It is not 100% a thing. There is still RNG involved, so you have to be mindful of that, and I always am. So yeah, let's do Galaxy Star and Kinky Light. I would love to do Formal Opera. I can't even imagine the type of horse we would get, but I think Kinky Light would actually be really special. Yeah, let's go ahead and try Kinky Light here. So, if they're compatible. No complaints. They should be compatible. I don't see why not. Yeah, so that's the only one we're doing, because again, I'm avoiding breeding. Like, I have to avoid it. We can't, we already have too many horses. I'm not adding any more. I have to keep repeating it, because still I will get an occasional comment saying, oh, you're not breeding? No, we have too many horses. I don't like playing this game with like 25 horses. That's not fun for me. Maybe it's fun for some of you. It's not fun for me. And it takes forever to progress. Like, I do want to get further in the game. I don't want to be worried about racing 1, 2, 3. Actually, let's see. How many is on the screen? 9? 8. Count, Eric. Count. 8. Okay, so there's 8 up to Green Crystal. Here's 16 up to Naked Chariot. Here's 24 up to Classy and Smart. 28 horses. That's too many for me, people. That's too many. As great as most of them are, that's too many. I want that number to get down under 20 for now, and then see where we're at. 28 horses. That's ridiculous. That's too much for me. That's too much. It's just not enjoyable for me. So let's knock out these next 4 races. Actually, let's do a quick save. We've done quite a bit. But yeah, want to get that number down. So again, avoiding a year of breeding, I saved myself 7 horses this year alone. Keep in mind, we already have 8 in the stables that are going to be hitting the track in the next 3 months, okay? So that means we'll actually go from 28 horses to 36 horses. Do you see my dilemma here? It's too freaking many, okay? No amount of whatever ration. Don't try to talk me out of it. I'm sticking to my guns. My feet are planted. That's what we have to do. Next year, we'll maybe do one with Crazy Hunter. By that time, most of our broodmares will be between 7 and 9. That's fine. I don't think we need to panic. I really don't. Like I said, we've had broodmares conceived older than that for a long time. So, like, there's no reason to live in our fears when it comes to breeding. Absolutely no reason. Now, Eastside Ban is going to be an interesting prospect because I want to race her until she's 8. But let's be honest, I guess if she's achieved as much as I think she can achieve at 7. That's the thing, though. She's won a grade 1 every year since she was 2. I do want to get that that title. I've never achieved that title in this game. So now I think about it, no. I have to race her till she's 8. I'm going to be able to breed with her. I don't know how many times, but we'll just have to, hope that she conceives every time we do. And nonetheless, as long as I'm using the strongest, studs I have back there, we'll be fine. Grade 2 on ZTF in Miami. New Zealand Stakes with Cafe Bronco. He's been on a roll. Cafe Bronco's got a grade 1 at 7 furlongs and 2 grade 3s. So this will be his first grade 2 victory he's looking for. We are the favorite here today in this field of 12. Post position 10 with our beautiful guy here. Now, Cafe Bronco is how I've wanted the other horses to look that we've raced with in this episode, which includes Revenge, Rocky Hurricane, even Extreme Kick. I think he's actually one of the strongest in his crop in this particular 3-year-old class. It's between him, Whispering Gold, and Flying Home. Because keep in mind, there's 7 horses in this class. Cobb and Inspector we lost early, so now it's only 6 horses we're working with. But Cafe Bronco is definitely one of the 3 strongest. So this is a true, and to me, potential future Hall of Famer. So keep your eyes on Cafe Bronco here. You see his stats on screen. You see his abilities, nothing wrong with those. By Gentle House out of Tigress of Stone. Keep in mind who also comes from Tigress of Stone. Eastside Ban So that means Eastside Band and Cafe Bronco are half siblings. I really never anticipated that Eastside or Tigris of Stone would be as great of a broodmare as she was. She's given us the best horses, some of the best horses I've had in this game ever. So that's awesome. Let's check our rival here. Not you. Marvelous Form. Well, I don't know Cafe Bronco's speed yet, but he has a better power rating. But Marvelous Form, a little bit more gutsy in the stretch. Close race, okay. I suspect this will be a close race. I cannot miss the gun here. We'll get it done. We'll get it done. I feel like Sudden Crush always has records for grade 2s. I just get sick of seeing that horse's name. Grade 2, Sudden Crush. Grade 2 record, Sudden Crush. Hey, did you know the record for this grade 2 race is from Sudden Crush? Go away. I'm joking. I'm just nitpicking. I've actually never raced with that horse, so I can't even say. All right. I would like to get to the inside here. As you know, as usual, the AI like to just run 10 wide as if that's realistic, and it doesn't actually happen in horse racing like that. Seriously, it doesn't. If horses are running 10 wide, it's like for what, half a furlong, and they're immediately shuffling, trying to get inside leverage. So, not sure why Tecmo kept that as like a thing in the game, but it is what it is. Marvelous Form, where are you? You a closer? Wow, Marvelous Form is like a closer. That's a long way to go to catch Cafe Bronco. I mean, this is not a horse to sleep on, so he's gonna have his work cut out for him. But yeah, this works out for us. Making the move though. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Okay. Gosh, did I go too soon? Nope. Apparently just in time. Marvelous Form, not even putting a dent on us. Still feel like I went a little bit too soon. Five is going to try to close in on us at the end, but not. Cafe Broncos got secured. First grade 2 victory. Definitely pushed him a little bit too hard there. Should have held him. But a win is a win, am I right? And that is his first grade 2 victory there for Cafe Bronco. He wins the New England Stakes. What? The New Zealand Stakes, Eric. Not New England. We're not in New England. We're in New Zealand. There I go. There I go. Cafe Bronco gets it done. I think he's on a winning streak right now. I haven't lost with him in a while, so he's kind of kicking butt. This is awesome. Length and a quarter winner over Grand Spring. Yeah, the second favorite finished in 11th. So Marvelous Form was not very marvelous today, but Cafe Bronco was. Gets the job done. Runs a 10-9 fraction there in within the last 2 furlongs. Let's go. That is a great victory. It's exactly what we needed. Yeah, Cafe Bronco's looking strong, but as the half-brother of Eastside Band, that really shouldn't be a surprise. Great stuff from him. Cherry Cup Grade 1, second Grade 1, last Grade 1 of the day with Flying Home. She's been kicking butt. 3-year-old fillies running a mile. She should be the favorite. She is. And she is the favorite by quite a margin. Rough Bird, the number 1 horse, is the second favorite. And then you have the number 3 horse, or excuse me, the number 5 horse, Flaring Gleam, with third favoritism. So this is our race to win. It's not even a competitive field. Like, she is much better than these horses, and the fact that I can run her towards the back, I feel like that gives us a really good advantage. And again, her stats are not her stats do not represent how good she is. She has a win. She has a Grade 1 win at a mile, a Grade 2, and a Grade 3, and I believe an Open in there as well. Like, she's won at every level. And yet, like, the bottom half of her chart just is, what, the 40s and 50s? But she inherits that from her father. He's stargazing. That's how his stats were. Like, everything from the braking ability in the middle of that chart and the feeling rating and on down, you see where the 40s and 50s are. That's how he stargazing was. But his top stats, the top 4 categories, speed, stamina, staying power, which to me are arguably the most important in the entire game for your basic stats, those are all, like, at least S ranked. So she should be fine. I'm real happy. I forgot what she was really great at. She's not back in the breeding barn anymore, but I'll have to go back and check a video. But she had a couple of okay stats. She wasn't like anything super spectacular. Where's that last ability of yours? Slash corner leave stretch burst and grit? No. I thought it was, I can't remember. Either way, it's our race to win today, and technically our race to lose, so let's not lose it. It's a beautiful day for racing. Totally didn't say what I thought he was. Okay. So I actually thought he was going to say the beautiful day for racing. No. Sketchy, by the way, if you're watching this, so cool that you got to meet him, man. That's awesome. That's genuinely awesome. I'm happy you got to do that. That's a really cool experience. Anyways, we're off in the Cherry Cup here. With flying home. I just want to like kind of I want outside leverage. I don't really want to be boxed in unnecessarily, but it looks like that's what's going to happen because look what's happening. They're running 6 wide. How obnoxious. Please move in. Shuffle. Shuffle. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I just didn't want to be boxed in like that. I wanted to make sure that I could keep her on outside leverage so I don't have to worry. You want to go a little bit too fast. Sorry. That was just too fast. That was too fast. Okay, that's fine. Whatever. I feel like she was going to send it to the front. And granted, she can run as a procedure. I'm just not trying to push her like that. I think her strength is running like this, you know? Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Oh, I forgot. She has a slow response rating. I got to get her on the whip now. We're not going to get last corner leader. It's going to be a real dogfight till the end. Oh, no. Can she fight, though? Oh, the 7's pulling away. Come on. Oh, it's a fight. Furlong to go. Flying home. And here she comes. Here comes Flying Home. The name is so fitting. Let's go! 2nd grade 1. Oh, the name is so fitting, is it not? Is it not? The name is so fitting. The name is so fitting. I don't even have... Why did I have that? Not have this race listed on my notes. What a win for Flying Home. She wins the Cherry Cup in an absolute dogfight. Wow. I said it though, her stats are not really a reflection, or at least the bottom half of her stats are not a true reflection of how good she is. Don't get it twisted. Don't let those 40s and 50s have you thinking she's a bad horse. She just proved it. She can get the job done. And granted, that was a slow start for Miami. I totally forgot her response rating's not good. That's why I was holding her. I'm like, oh, I actually need to get her on the whip now. Otherwise, she's going to get lost in the sauce. Oh, man. Got to watch that back. What a race. What a win there for Flying Home. The favorite to win the Cherry Cup as expected. And it looked a little bit in peril there with the 7 horse to the outside of us, you know, leading that race in the stretch. I'm like, oh, is the 7 horse actually going to continue to really, you know, pull away here? And like I said, those top 4 stats of hers, the speed, stamina, staying, and power, those are all S ranked. They should be. At least A at minimum. They're definitely between A and S. And that power rating helped her. Now, had she had a bad power rating, we're losing that race because we wouldn't have had that extra momentum to climb up that incline and grab the lead at the end. So now this is the moment where she was going a little bit too fast. You see, she's running on the outside. I'm trying to hold her back. I'm like, wait. Now I got her a little bit settled. Now we're coming around turn 4 here. And now I'm going to start to push. Here we go. There goes the whip. You see the crazy stick in the air. And now we're on to an absolute dogfight till the end. Now there's the 7 and the 5 horse. We're right in between. You see, we're right in the middle of the screen with the white shadow roll. She's still struggling, but she's still fighting. And look at that stride. Now she's really starting to dig into the turf. And that power rating is what helps. And she pulls away, flying home, flies home. She's always flying home. I can't believe her name is as fitting as her running style. Like, you can't predict that. You name a horse, you don't know if they're going to be related to that name or if they're going to really represent that name. I had no idea. Course loss, and she still wins with a double S spurt. And again, Nozawa's happy because Nozawa's my best friend and the greatest trainer in this game for me. What a fantastic win for Flying Home, man. That is awesome. That's so good to know that she's that type of horse that can dig in, fight, and get a big win at the end. Moving on to a 6 furlong sprint with Classy and Smart. I don't remember why I put her in this race. I thought I was letting her go. I thought I was. Am I? We're supposed to finish 7th here. Yeah, she peaked at like 2. But look at her stats. She's still not even that bad. Her power rating isn't great. I have to be honest. I don't remember what I'm doing with her at all. I'm not even gonna pretend to remember. I thought I said I was like letting her go. I don't think I wanted to use her for breeding. Like, there's nothing super special about her, even though she's won a lot of grade ones. I think she's won 8 grade ones. I think that's the problem. She's winning grade ones, but just like, I don't know. It's just, like, do we want to use her for breeding? Like, do we really want to? Like, is she worth putting over some of the other future broodmares we could have? You know, that I guess that's the question. She can run on turf or dirt, so she's flexible. Her stats were, you know, relatively above average, but nothing super groundbreaking. So it's like, I don't know. I just don't think she has any really convincing attributes outside of actually winning a bunch of grade ones, which that's not just the point to me. I bring that up quite a bit. Like, just winning grade ones, as important as it is, I'm not just going to use that alone. Like, I will breed with a horse that's an A-ranked horse if that horse is very gutsy and among other things. And we got blocked in traffic here. I don't know why I kept her in this gap. I was really hoping these horses were going to move, and they did not move at all. I did not want to bump, but like, this is so stupid. I definitely should have moved her into a different gap. That's my fault. But I thought they were going to move, and they did not move. Everybody just stayed in their lanes like they're on a Hot Wheels, you know, RC track or something. And she finishes 4th. We certainly could have won that race. That's actually really frustrating. But again, I don't know what I'm doing with her. I can't genuinely remember. I don't want to use her for breeding. I don't, but I kept her around for a reason. That's also what's confusing. I wrote the Cherry Cup race in here like it's a horse's name instead of writing Flying Home. That's where I messed up. This is the last race of the video here with Desert Runner in an open running 12.5 furlongs. He's the favorite. He is my long distance project horse I picked up. You see his growth type. You see his distance. I think we could get some awesome endurance horses from him. Flightline type of horses. So he's a long-term project. Kind of like in my Gallop Racer 3 series that I usually live stream with the Warframe family. Gosh, can't even remember some of those horses. But I built I focused purely on the endurance in those horses. And now they're winning races pretty frequently, and they started just racing in grade 3s and opens. You know, I went from grade 3s and opens at long distance races to now winning grade 1s and titles at that same distance and even longer. So that's the goal here with Desert Runner. He's really easy to work with too. Again, my preference for horses, I would like them to be closers or to be, you know, towards the back. Less pressure. Like, I can really kind of get started when I need to, and I don't have to like contend with the hot pace at the front. Now, I've also mentioned I don't mind running on Proceeders or front runners if their attributes suit my playing style, but not every front runner or every Proceeder I'm a huge fan of. I like the horses to have a certain amount of power, a certain amount of stamina. Very calm. They have to be calm. If they're going to give me a headache, that's just give me a problem throughout the race. That's not going to do us any favors, you know. So yeah, Desert Runner, I think he's been solid. I don't know if have I even won any grade 3s or anything with him? No. No grade 3s, no grade 2s, but that's not his point. That's not his focus. Not yet, at least. Next year, towards the end of this year and early next year, that's when I'll start maybe trying him out in some grade 3s. But I don't even know his rank. They might gave him S rank. I suppose I could try him at some higher staked races later this year. Especially with his endurance. Like, he should have the advantage there. Again, he's an easygoing horse, so... Who is that way at the front? Bold Monster. Interesting. Okay. Let's go. Let's go. No revolution. Doesn't matter. We should be able to catch that horse. Hopefully. Oh, did I start too late? No, we're catching. Furlong left to go. Desert Runner climbing in here. Yep, we might just get there at the end. Oh, this is going to be close. Nope, 13 still holding on. Wow. Bold Monster actually went gate to wire. Oh, that's gross. That's gross. Oh, not the way I wanted to end that. But I definitely started too late. I think we could all agree, right? No, that was Secret Diamond. Not Bold Monster. Bold Monster finished in 11th. I thought that was... What was I looking at? Now I even realized we had a top 2 goal. I'm like, oh, did we fail? No. I wanted to win too, bro. Like, totally that was our win. Like, 73 stamina, and I'm starting a little bit too late. That's also the downside of those leg types for me. They're my favorite, but I also sometimes get caught, you know, napping a little bit. So, either way, we hit our goals everywhere. Like, it was a good episode. We didn't fail anywhere. That's all that matters. And we had a grade 1 victory with flying home and a second place grade 1 victory with extreme kicks. So, productive day. Not even upset. So, guys, that was going to do it for this episode. Let's go ahead and check if they actually revealed any stats for any horses we're still wondering about. Like, extreme kick. No. Nothing. Second in the grade 2 means nothing to Tecmo. Okay, copy that. Rocky Hurricane. No, I think we know everything we need to know about him. Revenge. Still not telling me his power rating. Flying home. 74 speed, which we knew. 75 stamina. I mean, I think we already knew the staying. Speed is only 74, so it is what it is. But she's 6 for 7, guys. She's S ranked already. She's a true double S tier horse on the way. 6 for 7. 6 wins and 7 starts with a second. She's never finished worse than second with 2 grade 1s. Flying home without a shadow of a doubt in this group of 6 is the best horse. Of course, the filly, right? The girls are kicking butt on this channel, man. They really are. It's kind of it's really awesome to see here. And one on the Golden Oaks. 12 furlongs. No, she runs 9 minimum. You know what? Let's go for it. I'm totally down. She's proven she can run a mile. Let's go ahead and test her at that distance. Cafe Bronco. Pretty much all of his important stats are revealed to us. 77 speed, 63 stam, blah. For 14 furlongs, that's a little bit weird, but 82 power helps tremendously. And he's 5 for 6 as well, as far as only losing 1 race with a grade 1. So 5 wins and 6 starts. So Cafe Bronco, Flying Home, and Whispering Gold are the best of this group. They've all only lost 1 race. Whispering Gold, this guy, 4 wins and 5 starts, 2 grade 1. So we have some, look at 93 heart rating, 91 response. Whispering Gold by Gentle House out of Chasing Hearts. Fantastic. He should be a great sire. Really, 80 power rating as well. Really excited for that. Cafe Bronco, they want you in the Mile Cup, and I say, yeah, let's do it, because I think you can go ahead and crush that. All right. So that was what we'll do for Cafe Bronco next time out. And Desert Runner, he is S ranked officially. Yeah, he's really not going to peak until he's 6. I've only raced him 8 times, and he's supposed to win both of the last 2 races, and I didn't. I must be starting him. I'm clearly starting him way too late. Wow. I've actually somehow I still have him. And I've dropped the last 3 races. He was supposed to finish 3rd in a grade 2. I finished 9th. He was supposed to win an open. I finished 5th. And the last open he was supposed to win, and I finished 2nd. So yeah, like, I definitely need to, like, stop dropping easy races with them. I'm not even racing against tough competition inherently. Like, yeah, we'll have a tough horse in the field, but that's it. The rest of the field is not true competition for us. I'm just kind of not really executing properly, so I'll have to make sure I get that up to speed next time out. Gosh, I don't want to give him such a long layoff, but what is there to run? There's nothing for him to do. That's reasonable. I could toss him in a grade 3. I don't really want to do that, but I guess I have no choice. We'll run him in the grade 3 Lexington Handicap in July, so he'll have quite the layoff, but he's a long distance horse. I'm not going to run him anything shorter. That's a waste of time. At least for this type of horse. So I believe that is it. And Classy and Smart. Yeah, what am I doing with you? Classy and Smart. Okay, here she is. Stats or whatever. There are her abilities. Still don't even know her auto ability. Don't really care at this point. She's 5 years old. Not 8 grade 1. She's won 5. So yeah, 10 wins out of 16 starts. That's solid. 3 places, 1 show. She's consistent, but again, I'm not like wowed by her for some reason when it comes to breeding. I don't know why. Nothing is like, oh, I really want to use that. Now, her response, temper, and heart rating, sure, those are great. Her speed, stamina were in the 70s at one point, but I don't know. You guys let me know what you think. Comment section below. I still have her. I thought I got rid of her, to be honest, but I still have her. Do we use her for breeding? Do we save her at some point? I'm totally fine racing her for another couple of years. Like that's fine. But I don't know if I want to use her for breeding. That's the problem. So let me know. Guess until I decide, I'm just going to continue to kind of toss her into races. That seems suitable for her. Kind of want to race her against the fillies. I'm going to race her on the Sparking Cup in Kyoto. She hasn't raced on the dirt in a while. Let's see how she handles that. But yeah, I believe that will conclude today's episode. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed. Next time out, we'll finish the month of April. Hopefully we'll see that Galaxy Star and Kinky Light will have conceived. And then we'll be on to May, which has a bunch of racing ahead of us. Lots of grade 1s, as you can see. May is going to be super stacked, so looking forward to that in the next episode, which I probably won't be getting to until like a week from now. I want to make sure I have time for it, but it'll be worth it. Looking forward to it. Appreciate you guys for love and support. Let me know what you think we should do in regards to classy and smart. But until next time, Horse Racing Gamer signing out. Hope you all have a great, fantastic day. I will see you all later, and goodbye.
Welcome to Horse Racing Gamer, where champions are made.